everyone, it's me, Julia, your Scorpion Goddess. I am the creator and owner of Scorpion Goddess Spiritual Healing, and we're here to talk about the Aquarius full moon we have on July 23rd, 2021 at 10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the interesting thing about this full moon is that there's going to be 2 Aquarius full moons coming in. But before I get into all the astrological information that this Aquarius full moon has in store for everybody, I want to let you guys know about my Moon Circle Healing Package. And the reason why is because the fact that we're approaching a full moon, it's a perfect time to purchase it. And everything that is included in this is you get distance Reiki healing done by me. You also receive a oneness blessing. A lot of people are kind of unsure of what a oneness blessing is. It's similar to Reiki, where it's transferring energy from the divine into you, but the difference is it's more of a shortcut to manifestation and a rewiring of the brain. So you'll receive both of those. And another thing is you will get an email of a collective tarot and oracle reading, and it'll be in a voice memo, so you'll get to listen to it and play it back and save it. So, you know, if, say, somewhere down the line you want to be like, hey, what was in that reading again? You'll get to replay and listen to it. You can save it on your phone, save it on your computer. It's yours to keep. And I also send out bath salts, and each bath salt is designed specifically for each moon phase. So because we're in Aquarius full moon, the bath salts will be specifically designed to an Aquarius full moon energy that we're approaching. And I always suggest for everyone that does purchase this Moon Circle Healing Package that I do have, is that when you're taking your spirit bath or spirit shower, be open to receiving the Reiki and be open to receiving the oneness blessing when you're taking it. And another thing to keep in mind is that the great thing about Reiki and Diksha as well is that once it's sent, it's timeless. So if I send it at any point, it'll come to you once you're open to receiving it. Now, that being said, let's get into the information of this Aquarius full moon. So the sun will be stationed in the sign of Leo, and the moon will be opposite in the sign of Aquarius. So each other's is the polarity. So Leo is ruled by naturally the sun and all about the heart, the pride, and the ego, where Aquarius is about the humanity and the collective and freedom seeking. So full moons are about shining light on things that really need to be released and healed from. Now, because it's in Aquarius, you can expect things where you feel like you may need more freedom. You may need to be more of your authentic and your true self. This is where this full moon is going to be shining light on. And fixed signs, which would be Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, will be affected the most. So if you have your sun or your rising sign as a fixed sign, you'll be feeling the energy of this full moon much more than the cardinal and mutable signs, just because, again, Aquarius is a fixed sign. So that's where the energies will be at. Because we're going to be in this Aquarius moon of taking on more of like an authentic, freedom-seeking place in our lives, you're going to want to look back at what were you doing 6 months ago during the Aquarius new moon. What kind of things did you write down? What kind of things did you manifest? What was going on in your life at that point? Because now we're coming to full circle with this full moon in Aquarius. And what's happening too during this full moon Aquarius, because remember, we're having 2 of them. This is the first full moon Aquarius. We're going to have another one a month from now. But the great thing with this first full moon in Aquarius that we're going to be experiencing is the fact that Pluto will still be in retrograde during this time. And the reason why this is really great and effective is, again, because full moons are all about releasing and letting go of in order to heal. Pluto is still retrograde, and Pluto is all about death, transformation, and rebirth. So with these 2 working together, this is a great time to really release some more things within yourself, to find that individuality, to let go of that old version of yourself and find that new rebirthed version of you and taking on this leadership role. So another thing that we can expect to see during this full moon in Aquarius, because again, if you look back 6 months ago, what were you doing? You also want to look back at what was actually going on during February or around February 11th when this new moon in Aquarius did happen, because again, full moons are about coming back in full circle and shining light on things that, you know, need to be seen. And so what we can see, because Aquarius is very progressive and can be known as being rebellious and, again, fighting for humanitarian rights, so we can definitely see a peak or a spike in seeing protests or things in that kind of nature happening during and around this time on a global scale. Even individually, but more of a global scale, because, again, Aquarius focuses on, like, everybody's rights. Aquarius is also known for its technology and innovative skills. So during this full moon, as a collective, we can really start seeing new possible, like, technologies or, like, advances in technology or stuff with, like, robots or computers, anything in that kind of realm of things. Also during this full moon, you may see this theme going on in the world of, because the sun is in Leo, people possibly of higher stature not going along with certain guidelines or rules that, you know, we're supposed to be following, especially during this time. So there may be people feeling like they're better or more privileged, so I don't have to do these things. And the sun in Leo is kind of like boosting that up, like, yes, we're privileged, we're better, we don't need to do these things. And then Aquarius full moon is coming in and saying, like, no, you need to do this. Everybody needs to do this. You need to think about everyone else. Why are you thinking about only yourself? You're being selfish. Because Aquarius is all about, again, the whole. And when you look into astrology, you see Aquarius is more of, like, the little people or the minorities. And which another interesting thing about Aquarius too is that Aquarius is actually you're more unlikely to be an Aquarius than any other zodiac sign. So anyways, then with Leo is, again, about the self, the heart, the ego. And when you look into astrology, Leo can also be seen as privileges or being privileged also. So you're going to probably see around this time some kind of, like, fights and battles going on between the two of these, of being privileged and, you know, you need to look at the whole of what everyone is going on with everybody. And, well, I can do this because of so blah 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 and I'm this person, and Aquarius is like, no, you do not have the privilege, you do not have the right, you need to think about everyone as a whole, stop being selfish. So you're going to see themes of this going on around this time also. And because, again, Aquarius has a lot to do with technologies, because there could be this, like, upheaval of, you know, the self and the collective battling it out, when you'll see, like, on a global scale with everyone, because I definitely feel like and see this happening during this time. We may even see some things going on with technology. There could possibly be some, like, hackings or something like that going on, where this could be, like, the people hacking into, like, the privileged or, like, the elite, the higher stature people. So stuff like that we may see around this time as well. So while all of these things may be arising during this Aquarius full moon, again, this is as the whole, the collective. We're also going to be making transits with Mercury and Neptune trining together. So basically, Mercury is going to be in Cancer, which is a water sign, and Neptune is going to be in the sign of Pisces, which is also another water sign. So during this full moon, again, full moons are about healing, so because we have these two planets, Mercury, communication, and Neptune, imagination, subconsciousness, coming together with these water signs, where we can bring in this emotion and healing and nurturing and creative thought patterns. Leo in the sun is also very creative too, so these are all working really well together during this time. So it's not going to be this huge upsetting kind of thing, kind of how I had started out with, but these aspects are going to be pretty favorable for us all. Another transit that's going to be happening during this full moon Aquarius time is Chiron is retrograde in the sign of Aries. I did make a little small video of this on my Instagram, and so the way this is going to be supporting this full moon is because the fact that Chiron is a wounded healer and it is in retrograde, it's making us take a step back and look more within, and how can we heal with our inner traumas and stuff like that. And full moons, all about healing, all about things coming to a culmination and emotions being heightened. So with this Chiron, the wounded hero, being in retrograde as well, it's showing us what kind of triggers do I have, and during this full moon they're definitely heightened. So how can I heal myself? Not everyone is going to really understand their own triggers, because not everyone is in that place mentally to see in a healthy way, you know, I don't like this, and so on. So we also can take into consideration the fact that this full moon Aquarius can show us how to set up certain boundaries with people that are surrounded in our lives, whether it's, you know, somebody that is a family member or a co-worker or something like that. We can figure out, like, hey, what you know, what kind of healthy boundaries can I put up to protect myself. Also during not just any full moon, but this full moon in Aquarius, a lot of people who are intuitives or even just deep feeling or empaths, you can definitely experience during this full moon more prominent messages coming in through your dreams. You may be hearing more of like your spirit guides or spirits in general speaking to you or through you also. So really pay attention to your dreams and your messages. I always recommend keeping a dream journal, or even just a voice memo on your phone, like, I dreamed this, this, and this. Because again, if you look back 6 months from now, what were the things going on in your life? You may start seeing some of those answers come to light. Another thing that'll be going on too is that we may experience a healthy detachment in how we emotionally feel towards other people, especially again if you have heightened emotions. So this Aquarius full moon can be really good for you to healthily detach emotionally from things, which is kind of funny just because, you know, full moons are about intense emotions, but because Aquarius is an emotionally detached being, this can still have the heightened emotions, but being emotionally detached from the situation at the same time, if that makes sense. So all in all, with all of this energy happening, a really great way to really host onto this energy and heal yourself is I really recommend purchasing the Moon Circle Healing Package, because when you receive the Reiki, it's so beneficial. I cannot stress enough like how good it is to receive Reiki. I give myself Reiki all the time, and it feels really good. It helps release a lot of things because we may have a lot of blockages within ourselves, within our spirit, our being, and the best way to heal when the full moon is shining light on these issues or these triggers or these traumas that are happening is having Reiki done, because it energetically heals your being. So it's a lot easier to flow through this kind of energy. It can feel really like you're really embodying this way of really connecting and having a deeper connection within yourself and like within the world also. Another way is through meditation, having time for yourself, doing a spirit bath, even if you don't have the tools like bath salts or herbs, just taking a shower or a bath and letting the water run over you and taking time for yourself and reminding you that you love yourself and you have a safe space to be able to open up with these emotions, even if it's just by yourself in the shower. This is a really good time to really just help and heal yourself with all these emotions and all this energy going on. Journaling is another really great way as well, but I always recommend like meditating is the best thing, receiving Reiki, spirit baths. So another great thing to do since we're wrapping things up is after your meditation, if you do one, write 1 to 3 things down on a piece of paper and burn it safely. And this really helps release, you know, write down, I have let go of, I have released, blah blah blah, whatever it is that you get from your meditation during this full moon in Aquarius. I hope this video was informative. Please make sure that you guys have subscribed to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below what you thought of it and what are you doing for this full moon, and I'll see you guys later.